Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku was born in a Fallout apocalypse, part 0. Now I originally was going to upload this much later. Don't know when I was going to do it originally, but it was going to be much later. But I got to thinking and I got some ideas what I want to do with this series. So I got really hyped for it, so I'm going to, make part 0 for tonight. And yeah, and I'll go back to Kitsune Deku tomorrow. So we'll deal with this. So how this is going to work is this is going to be a my own creation, my own story. So there's not going to be no UA because UA won't exist. Heroes, villains, it doesn't exist. For the people that don't know what a Fallout is, based it off the video game, the Fallout video game series. Like the last Fallout game I played was Fallout 4, but my main favorite, personally, is New Vegas. Love that game, but we're not going to get into a city. We're not going to get into that because it's funny. The one studio that made a Fallout game for for Bethesda, they did better job than the people that actually own the IP. So yeah, I hold New Vegas on a high regard. That game, it's one of my favorite Fallout games that I played so far. I haven't played like the older ones, but eventually when I get a computer, I'll I'll download them and I'll get them and I'll play them because it's Fallout. So now how this is what now how this is going to work is the nuclear war happened long before Cork started to appear. When China and America were going at each other's throats for resources, Japan closed their borders. Japan did something that shocked the world as it started firing off all their nuke supply. As Japan nuked America, as America nuked Japan, and China nuked both of them. As the world was engulfed in nuclear fallout. As the people that survived that weren't lucky enough to get to get accepted in Vault Tech in the vaults, they either starved to death or the people that were lucky starved to death. The people who are unlucky or died from radiation poison, and the people that survive the radiation, their bodies start to change, making them into ghouls. Now, you have your normal ghouls. They're mostly friendly. Then you got the feral ghouls that are basically mindless beasts. So I just want to explain to a couple things about that before we get further into the story because I know some of you might not know what Fallout is or haven't played it. So it's a I just make sure you guys know what it is. I would show you a picture of a ghoul, but yeah, I haven't picked I haven't found one yet to put in the photo list for the series, but eventually down the line I will get a couple pictures of the ghouls for the story. Now, Izuku's quirk is going to be a mutation. And Izuku will have priokinesis, because in this, Inko is going to have telekinesis, and Asashi is going to have fire manipulation. Izuku's going to have a Black Panther, a Panther quirk that has a pyrokinesis to it, as it's a black flame. This is what Izuku's going to look like when he's not in his assassin gear. This is pretty much the closest thing I could find. There's another picture. This one. This one looks more of a vampire cat, but this is what Izuku's gonna look like when he doesn't have his assassin gear. You have Inka Midoriya, Enclave officer. During her young career, she gained the ranks pretty fast. As she finally got high enough to be sorry to control her own cell of the Enclave. I don't have a character model for Sashi Midoriya yet, but that'll be later on. But you have a Sashi Midoriya, Brotherhood of Steel, Knight, Scripture Knight. He's not your norm. He does do maintenance for keeping weapons all up to par, but he does like to go on the field a lot. As soon as she, took command, a few years later, the Enclave decided to challenge the NCR. As Inko saw the war is not going to go the way that the higher ups think. The NCR has been slowly pushing the Enclave back, as she knows the Enclave's not going to survive if they continue this. They should have not challenged the NCR at this current time. They're far too weak. So Inko does what Inko does best: survive. As she took her people that are more loyal to her 100%, as she relocated her cell in Japan, gathering power, technology, biding their time. As the Enclave, they've had several dealings with Brotherhood. They're mortal enemies. Inko has met a couple Brotherhood, and she's killed a lot of them. As Inko, all she's been doing is gathering technology and gathering info on different factions that's all around the world. Sending her people undercover as does wanderers. Gathered intel. As she got some intel that was intriguing. Some pro war pro war technology, as she begins to go there herself. She wants, according to this, is pretty good intel, as she would go off. Notes to Inko, Asashi got a similar, sorry, Asashi got some similar intel, as he makes his play, sorry, he planned to make himself at that location as well. Moment she land on the location, raiders came out of the woodwork, start firing at her. As they hit the pilot, as he fell down to the ground, out of the aircraft. Shit. As Inko raises her plasma rifle, as she shoots one shot after another, as she had to fall back into more better cover, an abandoned building, as she's picking off these raiders left and right, as several of them fall off the roof, as she hit a couple headshots, and some of them turn into green ooze. Same things happen to Asashi on the opposite side of of Inko, as he's being forced into the building where Inko's going into. As she steps backwards, as she feels something behind her, so does Asashi. As soon as they turn, Brotherhood, what are you doing here? Enclave, I thought your kind was eradicated. As they charge their weapons ready to fire. As couple of shots of, several bullets start pouring into the building. I suggest we work. I suggest we work together on this one. We could kill each other afterwards. Do you agree, Brotherhood scum? Very well, Enclave. I agree. We'll we'll have a temporary truce. Very well. As Inko and Asashi unleash a barrage of fire, as the building is emanating from the green plasma energy beams, and for Asashi he's using a energy rifle. As all you see the luminance of the lights of green and blue cover the whole building. As Inko and Asashi drop their weapons, as Asashi ignites his fire, burning the raiders alive, as Inko's uses her telekinesis, lifting people and slamming against the wall, taking sharp objects and throwing them at the raiders using her telekinesis, pinning several to the wall. As the last body hits the ground, Inko wasn't sure what came over her. She believes it was adrenaline or the heat of battle, as she pins Asashi to the wall as she kisses him. As because of this decision, this is what brought Izuku into the world. As after Inko released some stress, this never happened, Brotherhood. You never saw me. We're understood. I'll let you live for now. So I take it you got the same intel that I got? Probably similar. Yeah, I did. Seems like it was a trap from these damn raiders. These raiders have been a big problem for for my chapter. This is not the first time we've come across them. Huh. How big is this raider group? Pretty big. They're run by a man named Muscular. Interesting. Well, this was a complete waste of time. Well, except for a little part. Well, see you around, Brotherhood. Soldier Boy. As she walks off, as she gets into, as she contacts her base to get her picked up. As Asashi scanned the area for the technology, it was never there to begin with. Inka knew that. It was just a setup. There was never any technology there. It was just a ploy to get them in the same spot. As the weeks go by, as Inko started getting morning sickness, as she gets checked out, as she realized that that little impulse she had, well, she's pregnant now. Inko never thought she would have a kid. After, after how things world is it, how the world is right now. Ever since she was rescued from one of the vaults, Vault-Tec had a Japanese branch in Japan, so they do have some vaults in Japan. As Inko was saved from one of these vaults, she was the women in the vault were used for a birthing experiment. When she came of age, she was going to go through the experiment that they were unaware of, ejecting the women during their pregnancy with some sort of chemical to see what will happen, what the effects would be. As there were several women in the vault die after the childbirth, or the child would die, or the child would come like defigured horribly. As as you have Inko in her office, as she contacts someone, as she you see a man with flaming heads. It's Kirigiri good. I need your advice. You've been my most trusted ally and the best advisor I've ever had. Yes, Midoriya. Yes, Miss Inko. Now, the doctor he was still the doctor did create, Kirigiri. Inko wanted he sorry. Inko had Kirigiri made by order. Well, she wanted him specifically made for a personal assistant that's completely loyal, that won't betray her. That's the doctor in canon is the doctor from the Enclave. He was more than happy to give, to make a Nomu for her. As the doctor kidnapped a Outlander or a local somewhere from the wilderness, from the wasteland, some random wastelander, and turn him into a Nomu for Inko. I have a I have a problem. I need to run by you by Kirigiri. Yes, what is it, ma'am? I'm pregnant and I don't know what to do. Should I just keep the child or should I get rid of it? I can see both points, ma'am, but I would keep it. You could if you can't achieve what you're trying to achieve, have this child achieve it for you. If something happened to you, to solid to for your legacy. Valid point, Karagarian. You're right. I do need a I do need to think about. Sorry, I do need to think about continuing my family line. Very well, I will keep it. Kirigiri, Worstein. He's out on patrol, ma'am. You sent him out to his last mission. He's on one of the intel gathering missions at the moment. Very well. I as soon as he arrives, I want him in. I want him in my office. Understood, ma'am. Very well. I have work to do. As Inko goes off, does her routine until she starts showing signs of being pregnant, as she had to take it easy. As Kirigiri run things while sorry, Inko is going through the process of having Izuku. The time progresses as like all things naturally occur. Izuku was born. As soon as Izuku is born, Dr. Ojiko hands her son. As she noticed, the little cat ears and the little tail was her son having blue and yellow eyes. As he had the right side is yellow and the left side is blue. As the Enclave has a device to tell what a person's quirk is, Miss Inko, your son has a very unique quirk. It's some sort of feline mutation, but he has pyrokinesis. Pyrokinesis. It's going to be quite useful in the field. I agree with you, Dr. Ojiko. Please leave me some time with my son. Allow me to rest. Very well, ma'am. If you need anything, I'll be in my lab. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Ah. The moment Izuku was old enough to walk, the moment she starts training him and to sorry, starts training him. Nothing physical right now. All schooling, strategy, how to maintain a weapon, all the stuff he would learn around 7 or 8. Around 10 or around 11, where Inca would start beginning Izuku's training. As with Stain's as Stain is Izuku's personal teacher, outside of his mother. As Izuku is trained in martial arts with blades, guns, all the military stuff that an enclave would teach their young cadets. As you have Inko, where is my son? Haven't seen him today. He must be with Stain. As she walks, as she sees Stain, hey Stain, Miss Inko, what do you need? Where's my son? Oh, I told him he could relax. And why would that be? He should be training. He's he. I can't. I've taught him everything I know, Inko. He's he's ready. Very well. Where did you send him? You know where he is. Yeah. One of the laboratories. He likes fiddling with technology. That's what he got. He didn't get that from me. As she walks off, as she sees Izuku, as he's around 14, as she sees a little cat tail, waving around as he's on the bench, as he's trying to create. Well, he's fixing his gear. Um, um. As Izuku turns to see his mother, as he gets up into a military stance. Mom, is there, you need anything, ma'am? I'm just, I'm just doing daily maintenance on my weapon, on my gear. Ease. As Nico runs over to Izuku, hugs him. I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. You've made your mother proud. I know the training has been harsh on you, but you've shown great promise. Now you officially graduated from Stain's training. Now it's time for your first mission. First time on the field. So, what's the mission, Mom? It's simple, my dear. You're going to infiltrate a raider group and kill the man named by Muscular. He's been that raider group has become a little too. If we allow that raider group to grow even further, it could be a threat. So I want you to eradicate it. Understood. You just want the bandit, the raider leader killed? No, I want them all killed. Cleanse that whole area. Understood, Mom. The mission will be in about 4 days. Why don't you spend the rest of your time relaxing and getting ready for your first mission? As Inko puts a hand on her son's shoulder, I know. Your first mission, you'll get jitters. I did myself. But remember what I've taught you, remember what you've learned here today, and put them into action. You'll do fine, sweetheart. You're the only good thing in my life. My little, my little panther. As she ruffles his hair. All right, why don't you get along? Very well, Mom. As Izuku walks off. As Izuku is walking back to the armory to put his weapons back in their proper place, as he signs them in. Actually, no, he would sign them out. As no, I was right. Whatever. He signed them in. After he signed them out, as he goes into to get change, as he gets into his casual clothes. Hey, kid. As Izuku looks, oh, Master, what do you need? You stop calling Master. You already finished my training, kid. It's I know, Stain, but it's a matter of respect. So, what can I do for you, sir? Let's see how you're doing, how you're feeling. After all, you're going on your first mission tomorrow. Oh, in 4 days' time. Nervous, kid? A little bit, Stain. This is the first. I've never been outside before, so this is going to be interesting. Remember, before you leave, to get your stim packs or your stim packs in your right of ways. We'll do. We'll do, sir. As Izuku, as the 4 days has passed, as Izuku gets his gear on, as he's wearing this, that's in the picture. Darker than black. I'm just using for the armor for it because I like it. It looks cool. So, as he has a short, a long knife, a medium-sized knife. What you see in the picture, as he has the mask, as he has a wig over the mask to hide his ears, as he has his tail tucked away somewhere. The coat, hides the cattail. As Inko tells her son to follow her, you look good in your outfit, your gear, son. Very menacing. Now, follow me. Aren't we going to the helipad? No, we need you to do this more stealth-like. This is going to be a stealth mission, a stealth execution. Sorry, a stealth assassination. Understood, Mom. Now, when you take this tunnel, it should direct you to the surface world. Understood, Mom. Anything else? No, just be careful. Will do. As Izuku walks through the tunnel, as he finally gets to a metal door, as he puts in the code, as he opens it, as he sees bright sunlight hit his face, as he sees the state of the world, there's dead plants, a dead tree. Oh, well, it's apocalypse. So as he sees, decaying buildings that look like almost like ruins. Uh, Izuku's weapon, he has knives, of course. What you see in the thumbnail. He has a sniper rifle. And sorry, he has a sniper rifle that's a normal sniper rifle, not a plasma one. But he does have a he has sorry, let me get a revolver, and he has a plasma pistol and a couple of plasma grenades. As Izuku is traveling to the location where he needs to go, as Izuku decided to gather some intel at the nearby city closest to the bandit hideout. After Izuku got questioned by the two guards that are guarding the city, as they let him through, as Izuku sees all sorts of different type of people. He saw a couple of gunners. He also saw some NCR troops and a couple ghouls now and there running a stall for selling weapons and other goods. As the currency in this world is bottle caps, like in the game, and NCR money, but they're trying to establish themselves here in Japan, but everyone's not really trusting the NCR. As Izuku walks in some sort of uh, bar slash coffee shop. As he opens the door, as he sees, everyone turns around to look at him. As everyone sees a man with a long coat, with a mask on, with black hair. He sits at the counter as he sees the person in charge. I said, "What do you want? I hope you're not here to cause trouble, boy. I have ways to deal with your kind." Zoom in, you're a boy. Can't really see your face with that mask on. As Izuku puts several bottle caps down, I need information. See, I can't give you information until you order something. As Izuku orders a Nuka Cola, there you go. Now, what do you need? What type of intel? As as he whispers, I need some. I need all the intel you have on a man named Muscular runs a local bandit group, raider group. I see. I'll give you advice, kid. I would whatever you got planned or what you're trying to do. I suggest you forget it. You'll live longer. That man is a psychotic bastard. Thank you for the warning, but I still need the intel. As he flops more caps. Very well. As listen up, closer. As she whispers all the intel that he needs. As thank you for your assistance. You around, try not to die. As she goes back to work. As Izuku bought a room for the night until nightfall. As when night hits, that's when Izuku goes into to officially begin his mission. As the intel that he got from the bar was very crucial. She told him about the locations that they normally patrol and some other stuff, some hidden caches. Izuku paid a lot for what the intel they want. As the Muscular has been known to travel around from base to base. So it's very hard to pinpoint where he's actually going to be. But Izuku was informed he's going to be at this location during this time, only for a few days. Then he's going to go to the next location. Then he's going to shift to different locations. That's why Muskers has kept himself alive without being assassinated. Because a lot of people want him dead. Outside of the normal factions, the NCR, the Brotherhood, the Enclave. So there's other bandit groups. As Musker's been in a brutal war with a rival raider group by the name of the Purple Sirens. No, sorry. No. No, this is what the group's going to be called. It's going to be called the Banshees. As it's a raider group of a raider group called the Banshees. Zuku's on a cliff side as he sees the raider base. As we cut to the woman where he got the intel from. Goes in the back room. As she opens the drawer, as it's an old walkie-talkie. Ma'am, I have some news. What is it? I hope it's good. Yeah, you told me to get in contact with you if someone, start asking questions about that bastard. As yeah, what's the update on that? A guy came walking in asking questions about that raider group. I couldn't really see his face. He was wearing a mask, wearing all black. He seemed to be well armed. So orders, ma'am. Orders, boss. Stay, stay in your cover. Understood. I'll contact you if something else happens, boss. As she puts the walkie-talkie back into the drawer, as she locks it, as she goes back in front to do her job. As Ezekiel lays down, pulls out his sniper rifle, as he looks through the scope, as he sees 3 sentries, as he does his breathing technique, as the sniper rifle does have a silencer on it, as the silencer will make some noise, but but they're too far apart to take notice. As he takes aim, as the first sentry kill, clean kill, as it falls down on the floor of the watchtower. As Ezekiel aims his shot to the second one, shooting that one right through the heart, as he falls and lays on the side of the watchtower. As he gets to the watchtower, as Ezekiel had to get a different angle, as he didn't have a clear shot. So as Ezekiel gets up, starts running to a clearer view, a better location to kill his target. As he immediately takes aim and fires, as that one falls off the tower. As Izuku used the darkness, the cover of night, to get close to the fortress. As Izuku hide behind a tree that was, just a stump. It's big enough for him to hide his whole body. As he sees a sentry walking past him. As Izuku throws his knife, as it has a chain on it. As he throws it, as he pulls the chain, as the knife pierces through the man's skull, as he pulls the chain, as he catches the blade, as he continues forward, as the blade has a chain that comes out the end of it. As Ezekiel finally made it inside, as he goes and kills everyone he sees, as he gets into a side building, as he goes in it, as it's a building where they keep all their robots. As by Ezekiel looked out as they're going through their normal maintenance time. Well, they were all asleep. Luckily, Ezekiel decided to attack when they weren't activated. As Ezekiel hacks into the machine, as he turns on their settings between friends and foe, as he programs the robots to eliminate all raiders in the base, as he inputs the code, as all the robots start to turn on, as they slowly walk out, as they start blasting the raiders, as there's an all-out war with their own robots, so he's using that as a distraction to go further into the base, to get to the location where the target's at. Unknowns to Izuku, as there's 2 people watching him work, as you have 2 figures holding binoculars on a cliffside, watching over the base, watching over the raider base. You have 2 women, one woman, pure white hair, and another one, purplish hair. As the white woman, so that's the person that my sister was talking about, the guy who wanted the intel. Gotta say, he's quite, he's not bad. Whoever he is. I agree. He has some sort of skill. Let's let's see what happens. If he manages to kill Muscular and manages to leave alive, I want him to be watched. I want to know exactly who he is, and if he's and who is he working for? Stood, ma'am. I'll make sure if he lives. I'll make sure he'll be. I'll watch him myself. Those two women are the same age as Izuku. So yeah, they're not in their 20s. Izuku's only 14 or 15, so they're around that age. And bursts through the main door of the base. As all Izuku can see from where he's observing the raiders, a blonde man holding a minigun. I don't know who you are, but you fucked with the wrong man. You fucked with the wrong guy. As Musker starts firing rapidly at different areas, trying to flush him out. Izuku jumps down right behind Muscular as he has his blade up ready to finish him off. As Muscular smiles, got you. As he elbows Izuku, as he grabs him by the face, as he throws him to the ground. As Izuku coughs up spit, he still has his mask on. Well, 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 so you're our little intruder. You got some balls coming after me like this. But glad you did. This is going to be so much fun. Get up. As Izuku gets up, as as he gets in a fighting stance. As Musker, everyone, stay out of this. This one's mine. As he drops the minigun, as he pulls out a knife himself, as he gets in a knife stance, as they both get into a fighting stance. Good old knife fight. You don't get these now. I don't get these a lot. Old time favorite. You don't talk much, do you? It doesn't matter. You don't need to talk. You just need to die. As Musker goes to swing his blade, aiming for Izuku's throat. As Izuku dodged to the left, as he goes for, as he stabs Muscular in the shoulder, as he pulls out the blade. As Muscular's not using his quirk. You little shit. I guess it's time I take this seriously. As Muscular starts activating his quirk, as all Izuku can see, Muscular getting huge, 10 times bigger. What you're gonna do now, little shit? As Muscular is in his muscular state. This. As the chain, the chain pops out of the back of it. As he starts swinging the chain around. As he starts cutting up Muscular. Different areas of the body as finally as he tossed the blade as it's going to hit Muscular eye, his good eye, as Izuku's aiming for that, as when a Muscular try to reflect the blade, as Izuku pulls out his handgun, as he points at Muscular, as he shoots right in the head, killing him. Despite his quirk, it doesn't protect his face. His muscle fibers doesn't protect his face. So a headshot would do it. As Izuku ignites his fire, as he burns Muscular body, as he goes around using his cryokinesis, vaporizing every single raider there. As you see Izuku just walking in room by room, as immediately the raider starts to catch on fire, as they all burn to death. Let's head back to base. And have someone watch that one. Please. Yes, of course. Leave the Musculars out of the picture. Now the Banshees could actually get things moving. Very well, ma'am. You too. Follow that one. That's middle masquerading our competition. Do not engage. Follow him and report anything out of ordinary. Yes, ma'am. Uh, as this raider group Banshee, it's more military. It's more militarized than normal raiders. As you have the purple hair woman, she's walking. They're walking back. So our mysterious stranger has a fire-based quirk. That would be very useful. Or a threat. I haven't decided yet if I should eliminate him. That 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 stranger or hire him. Either way, only time will tell. As the scene fades out, she goes her back to her base as we're going to stop it there because we're already at almost at 15 minutes. So I hope you guys have a good day or night judging my time zones. This is part 0, so I wasn't sure how well this is going to go. Like, if this series is going to get a good amount of what's interactions, because this is because my last fall series didn't do too hot, so I wasn't sure it was just I should have did it better, or is this the Fallout series in general? It's not really popular when it comes to what ifs. So, but I really wanted to make this, especially this one, after thinking about it all day. So if this series does well, you'll be seeing more of it. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.